Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This morning I am just getting ready and gonna take you with me on my get ready journey. I am actually going to be using a few products that are mostly products that I don't normally reach for. The first thing I'm going to do is apply my primer. It's the Bobbi Brown, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the enriched skin base or something like that. But it's the primer that I have been using every day. It's the only primer I had with me because it's my go-to primer right now, but that's the one I'm using today. So you'll notice today I am actually recording in my boyfriend's or my fiance's kitchen. It was the best spot to get. There's a window right in front of me, so it was the best place to get some natural lighting. This is my first time doing a voiceover, you guys. I'm gonna see how that goes. I've been playing around with some editing and I've really been enjoying it. The last couple of videos. This is my favorite coffee cup, you guys. It is so beautiful. My fiance's last name starts with a B. That's why it has a B on it. I got it from Target. I'm going to be using the Age Perfect by L'Oreal. It's a 4-in-1 tinted balm, like a foundation balm. I was pleasantly surprised with it. It held up really well throughout the day. By the end of the night, it still looked good. I wish I would have been able to take some before and, like, not before and after, but like, I wish I would have remembered to take a picture of my face, like later on in the day to show you, to insert in here to show you how it looked by the end of the day, because it still looked really well. So I'm using the Photo Focus concealer by Wet n Wild, and I hardly ever use concealer, you guys. I don't know why. It's just, I don't usually need it. I don't usually need concealer when I use my Haus Labs foundation. But there was some redness around my nose, and I had a few breakouts on my chin, and I wanted extra cover in the under eye area. And I was nervous that this balm would not have as much coverage as I wanted. I was actually pleasantly surprised with the amount of coverage that I got. I'm just going to blend it out with my beauty blender here. This is a really simple, easy makeup look, you guys. It's my, I did my go-to routine just with different products. These are products that I don't normally reach for, like the Perfecting Balm or the foundation balm from L'Oreal. I have it. I used it once or twice and then I put it aside, and I really only used it because I didn't have any makeup on me that day and I was trying to get ready to go somewhere. So I just picked it up. I think from Walgreens. But it actually, I was really pleasantly surprised with the amount of coverage that it had for a balm. I did have to use a lot of product, so the container really isn't that big. If I had it with me, I would show you, or I would tell you how many ounces it has in it, but I'm sure it's such a small amount. I don't really know if it's worth the money. I don't remember how much I paid for it. And here I'm going in with my One Size powder. I can't remember the name of it, and you can't hardly see that. It's the Turn Up the Base powder in the lightest shade they have, probably, which was still actually a little bit too dark for me. You'll see as I'm applying it right here. It's not exactly the same skin or the same tone as my skin. It's a little bit more yellow, I think. But it did cover up any redness I had in my face, which I really enjoyed that. So I applied that really thick, you guys, just to really lock in that foundation base. And this was adding another layer of coverage to my look. So that's me doing a little happy dance because we're on to the fun part of makeup now that we have our base laid down. So we have the foundation balm and then the One Size powder. I normally use the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, but I'm actually going to go for my Physicians Formula bronzer. That is my very handsome fiance behind me. He's working on our chicken pen right now. So, but anyway, back to the video. I'm going in with my usual contour or bronzing brush that I normally use, but I am switching it up and I'm going for the Physicians Formula, which I love this bronzer so much. I just don't reach for it that often. I always find myself gravitating towards the Charlotte Tilbury one because the powder is a little bit more finely milled in the Charlotte Tilbury one, but this one has such a beautiful color. I love it so much, and I will definitely be purchasing more of this one whenever I run out. I don't think I'll rebuy the Charlotte Tilbury one. Maybe not. I don't know. It's just the price tag is just like so steep for Charlotte Tilbury. And I'm like, is it really worth it when I can get something very similar at the drugstore? It might be a little bit lighter. So I'm really trying to form up the sides of my nose a little bit here. And right under the lip. I always do right under the lip to kind of give me a little pouty look. And then I go over my eyes with what's left over. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm looking for a blush. I hardly ever gravitate towards this one either. It's called Skinny Dip, and I don't know what brand it's by, but it's really pretty. It's a shade that it's like a mauve-y shade, so that's within like my familiar comfort zone that's what I would normally like to wear. For whatever reason, I think it's the packaging on this one that just doesn't do it for me. But you can see right here, it's a beautiful shade. So I don't know how I feel about my face thus far at this point, because the color isn't really like the blendability of the foundation balm I noticed isn't just the best, or maybe I didn't do my best on it, but and the colors on my face aren't really like inspiring me to do anything. So I'm gonna reach for this Juvia's Place palette, and the color story is just so beautiful on this one. I'm gonna go in with these 3 colors right there, or those 2 colors, and kind of start blending out in the crease. I'm going to use a fluffy brush to really warm up the eye, and there I am going in with those 2 colors mixed. A little bit over the eyelid, but not too much, mainly focusing the color in the crease. So I'm going back into my Juvia's Place palette and going just a few shades darker to really give me like so I'm concentrating on that outer corner and the crease to give me a little bit more dimension to my eye look. So at the end of the day, I was really impressed by my eye look, the eyeshadows that I used. The blush wore off pretty quick. The base of my makeup stayed on really well, a lot better than I thought. I did get a little oily right around like where my nose and cheek meets, right in there on both sides. So, y'all, the foundation balm still does not compare to the Haus Labs. Like, if you would ever pick out one foundation or invest in one product for makeup, it would be the Haus Labs, in my opinion, because it is that good. So I'll just keep blending this out till I get it. I mean, the secret for me to doing eyeshadow is like when you think you're done blending, go ahead and blend a little bit more. So I'm going into this Juvia's Place palette, and I'm going in with the kind of an auburn shade and just using that on my eyebrows. I used to do this all the time whenever I was like first getting into makeup. I would just use an eyeshadow powder to darken up my eyebrows a little bit. I think this is before like eyebrow products were even a thing. I never liked the way like powders and foundation looked in my eyebrows, so I would always either do this or take a wet damp Q-tip and run through my brows. But I really like the way this turned out. I like the color it is on my eye, or on my eyebrows, I'm sorry. One seems a little bit darker than the other here in this lighting that I'm looking at, but really they they looked the same in person. Now I'm going to go in with some shimmers and pop that right on the center of my eye and in the inner corner. I was really impressed with the shimmers, you guys, in this palette. They were just so beautiful. I was really impressed overall with this palette. This is my first Juvia's Place palette that I've ever got, and I give it a pretty high ranking with the 3 times that I've used it so far. They've all given me beautiful eye looks. I don't know what is up with the funny faces that I make anytime I'm messing anywhere around my eyes. My mouth just automatically opens. I mean, I know that's normal for people, like whenever they do mascara, but for eyeshadow, I'm such a goofball. You guys, I swear by this Morphe. It's like a color change thing. It's amazing. I really am impressed with it. So I'm just taking off that darker brow powder that I used. So I'm just swishing it around in that mesh. I don't know what it is, but it works. I'm going to go in with a light highlighter and I think I just do the brow bone here. Or maybe the inner corner. Nope, brow bone. And you guys, seriously, I loved this eye look. This palette went into my makeup bag, and I'm so glad that I brought it along with me. It's not as big as my Morphe or my Jaclyn Hill palettes, so I liked its size is like perfect to get every color that you could ever want. If I ever hit pan or run out, I think I'm going to rebuy that palette. Now, this is a highlighter that you'll see me reaching for all the time. You know, I switch it up and I use the Charlotte Tilbury one, and I use a Wet n Wild one, and I have a bunch of different highlighters, one by the Haus Labs, but I continuously go back to this Iced by Jaclyn Hill, and I've heard like rumors of Jaclyn Hill being like discontinued or them not carrying their products anymore, and I hope that is not true because I love this highlighter that much, and it takes forever to go through it because there's so much product in it. I love it. I would rebuy it. Oh, too much powder, Ellen. Oh, sneeze. Anyway, I just love the glow that it gives. It almost looks wet. You can see it on my nose right there really well. I do the top of my lip, and then I kind of go into a C shape onto the top of my forehead, or right above the brow bone anyway. You guys, this setting spray is my favorite setting spray that I have tried so far. So I have recently picked up the All Nighter by Urban Decay, but that setting spray, I haven't tried the All Nighter yet, but this one by Morphe, the continuous setting spray, you guys, I love it so much. And then I'm going in with the Fantasize, holding it upside down, of course. There we go. By Patrick Starr. So I don't hardly ever reach for this one either. I put it in my little like travel container, and you guys, I love the way it looks on my eyelashes. I think it provides excellent like lengthening, a little bit of volume, and it's very black and separates the lashes so nicely. But what I don't like about it is when I'm trying to get close to the base of my eyelashes, like right on that rim where your eyelashes meet your eyelid, this brush hurts that area so bad because it's so spiky. So that's the number one reason why I don't reach for this one more than I do. I just stuck it in my little travel bag, and that's for like emergencies only now. I'm really the one I've been reaching for the most is the Patrick Ta mascara, which I can't believe. I don't know how it's not gone viral. It's that good. I'm just really impressed by it. So you guys, this is the finished makeup look. I was really happy with it. The only thing I would do differently looking back is I would have added more blush or put a cream blush under that powder to where it really locked in and lasts longer than it did. Oh, I'm going to go in with an eyebrow gel. I forgot about this part. I'm going to put, this is the One Size by Patrick Star, and you guys, this product is really worth it. I love it so much. It makes my brows so fluffy. It's in the shade Auburn. As my hair goes more and more platinum and I'm darkening the roots up too as I get the bottom of my hair more blonde, then I will use a different color. But for now, while I still have so much red in my hair, I reach for the Auburn shade. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye!